Hello guys, Hjello are back in with a new video, and let's go into the first tip. So the first tip here is that your editing button should be where your scope button is if you're playing a 4-finger claw, which I think most of you guys does. If you play 2-finger claw, I believe that this tutorial isn't for you, and instead of learn how to edit, maybe you should learn how to play claw before going any further, if you understand what I mean. I have some techniques that I could try on my my 6-finger claw, though, because like no one is using it except for me and some other dudes. I believe that for this tutorial it's going to work for 4-finger claw users as well. So with that being said, so yeah, let's go into the first tip, which is that you're gonna edit towards your editing button. You can see the last square that I choose to edit is where my editing button is located. I'm gonna demonstrate this again. Is that, as you can see, I'm choosing to edit in the middle, then going to the right where my editing button is located. The reason why I'm doing this, it's because if you, for example, as you can see now, would go away from your editing button, you have to like take your finger off there and there's like a bigger distance from your like editing button and the object that you're trying to edit. It's pretty hard to explain, but I hope you get the point that you're gonna edit from the sides into your editing button. So this is literally how you not gonna do it. As you can see here, I'm starting from where my editing button is, then editing away and trying to tap it. I'm gonna try to go down and to my editing button. I know it's hard to like explain, but I hope you get the point that you're gonna like the object that you're gonna edit is going to be real close to where your editing button is located, so you don't have to do any like far distance traveling. Okay, eventually this tip isn't that important. You will obviously learn this by time, just by practicing in playground or just by playing the game in general and trying to edit. So yeah, let's actually go into the next tip, and that's to try to avoid the editing glitch. So as I said, using the shoot button that I use now, what you're gonna do to avoid it is not to click or even touch the shoot button while opening the editing menu or trying to edit. Eventually that's when the glitch is going to happen, and I do this mistake like a lot of times. But when I don't do it, when I eventually take my finger off my shoot button before editing, you can see it's going pretty decent. And this is a really important tip if you gonna try to avoid this glitch, and which I know a lot of you guys want to. So with the other shoot button, the dedicated button, it's actually the opposite. So you're gonna hold it in while opening the editing menu and editing, and then it will work completely fine. You can experiment with this in playground alone. This is like the way that I figured out how it works, and so yeah, just remember the dedicated button is the opposite to how the other normal shoot button works. Okay, go into the next step. So the next tip is a really underrated feature only used by the top tier players, not trying to get mastered by lower tier players, otherwise or also known as noobs. And that's of course to use the reset button. Yeah, I believe that's what people are calling it. It's their like reset edit button. And I just tell you guys, like when I figured it out, editing just got so much more fun, so much more efficient. Just like be able to edit, if for example if there would have been like an opponent above us trying to shoot us, we could just once again reset the edit. And I just believe that this feature is something really great that the developers added. So, and actually just by having the button you won't be able to reset as fast as I do. So that's why I'm gonna talk a bit about the placement of the editing button. So if you take a close look to my shoot button, like right there, and eventually, as you see, when I'm opening the editing menu, the reset button appears right there, which makes it like such a great combination, because then when I'm trying to edit, the shoot button eventually disappears and the editing button appears. And since the shoot button is in a place where it's just like it's really accessible for me, it's so easy for me to reset really fast because I'm always having my finger there ready to reset. So this is why it's really important to like literally play claw for the reset feature to be any effective at all. And I'm actually gonna show you one more thing that you shouldn't do with the reset feature, why you should put it where your normal shoot button is, playing claw like a normal dude, okay? Like pro. So as you can see here, trying with the dedicate button, it won't work. Why? Because the dedicated button doesn't disappear when you are editing. And I believe that's it. So if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. And of course, until next time, have a great rest of your day, guys.